I was gonna wait for Domo, but then I seen Houston made a trade, so obviously we got to start because my team made a trade. So shout out to Woj. He said ESPN sources: the Atlanta Hawks are trading forward AJ Griffin to the Houston Rockets for the 44th pick in this year's draft. Griffin 20 was a 2022 first round pick out of Duke, and I know like it's 44th pick, whatever. And this is not me saying this just because it's Houston involved. I think this is a great trade. I 1000% think this is a great trade. I think AJ Griffin, I don't know what the situation was in Atlanta this year, so maybe an Atlanta fan can tell me. AJ Griffin is really good, especially at the things that Houston need him to be really good at, which is shooting the ball. Very good without the ball, can make floaters, can attack a closeout, just a good offensive player, personally. So I think this is a good trade. So I'm happy with it. Shout out to the Houston Rockets for trading that 44th pick. Would have been interesting to see what we could have got there, but it is what it is. We will be going to play back in 47 minutes or something. So we'll be watching draft prospects and all those things. But I'm sending out the link. You guys are here to say what you think about your team's draft, the draft in general, all of the above. I've made it clear. I think Charlotte lost the draft. I think the Bucks lost the draft. I think the Bulls won. I think Utah won. Anyone else who I think won? I think Minnesota had a solid draft. Is there anyone else I'm missing? Washington had a good draft, I think. And off the top of my head, I can't really think. But yeah, I think Charlotte and Milwaukee are easily the biggest losers. But let me bring a couple people up here and we can talk about the draft or whatever else and trades and everything. So Domo said it will be here as soon as possible. Domo is on his way. But yeah, let's bring some people up.
How you doing?
Salute, guys.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Can I just get my quick take off about the Knicks when y'all ready? Let me know.
Go ahead.
Okay. Everybody says trade Randle. I disagree because at the rim, as far as defense, he gets attacked 22.5% of the time. So we could get a help defender to help us out. Our heart was good when we had him there. For me, I need Randle's 20 and 10 plus his 4 assists that he was giving us. Now, with that being said, we keep Randle because we're penny pushers and we like to hold the money. I think we need to move off of iHeart. We have $6 million on the cap. We can get a guy like Gogo Bataza from Memphis for $1.4 million. Have him there. Get the guy I heard everybody wants is Utrabirik. I can never say his name. The dude from the African League, the 6'11" versatile wing. We could get him at 38. Get rid of the draft pick, and we'll be good because we'll still be under the cap. But right now we're at $6 million under the cap. Sign Google Batuza, get another power forward, and we're good because that solidifies our 1 through 9.
Cowboy. For Julius Randle, fundamentally, the reason I guess I just don't like him as a player. I'm sure it's the reason Mars doesn't like him. Maybe probably different reasons.
You said I don't like him, but anyway, Karen.
No, this year Mars is on board this year.
Just for fit, I just don't like fundamentally. It's not even about the 20 and 10. I just don't like he's a low IQ player to me.
It's and okay, but you got to understand what he's contributing with those 20 and 10. That's 20 points and 10 rebounds. He's giving you 4 or 5 offensive rebounds, which is also going to help you. Plus, he can pass. With the double team, they can't double team Brunson and Randle because that's going to open up the offense for everybody else. That's what I'm saying. Keep that for 2 years.
I'll take your word for it. I just think Randle kind of slows down their offense. And I think there's just better fits that I don't think they need Randle. And I think you can get better pieces for that team as a whole for the Knicks. But I mean,
the reason why I say keep Randle is because I want to stay at that first apron because I think it's like 179 we could get at. When we keep Randle and do what I just said, we're at like 178, and we still have $1 million under the cap, and we can make trades in the midseason. So we have room for that, and we picked up draft picks.
I got you. Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be an exciting time to be a Knicks fan. So
yeah, I'm just saying, like for me, I would rather be on the ledge than trying to just say, "Hey, we can fly." Like everyone's like, get rid of Randle and make all these moves. It's bad for business because you keep Randle. He's an all-star. He's contributing. Plus, with the young guys coming in, I think we'll be good. But that's all I have to say about the Knicks. Don't trade Randle, and we should go after a guy like Gogo Bataza. from Memphis. He's
I'm
a very good rim protector.
I'm just surprised that the number one pick was the number one pick, and I'm surprised Dalton fell to the Lakers. To be honest,
Yes. I'm surprised Connect didn't get picked up by a lot of teams. That's saying something about his height.
Bro, the first time, like when I mentioned it the last open gym, I don't really watch college basketball, so I just watched some highlight videos while the open gym. And I was like, damn, this dude is good. He can shoot. He's tall, and I was like, dude, he's a great pick. I mean, I mentioned it briefly, and then all of a sudden, of course, the Lakers pick him up. That was random. I'm surprised he fell to 17. I didn't think he was going to get there, to be honest.
Did you guys see the Wolves trade just now?
What happened?
For AJ Griffin?
Yeah.
Houston?
AJ's going to be good for Houston. I was glad, but then I thought about it. I was like, Mars would know best. Mars, what do you think?
AJ Griffin?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great move. I think AJ Griffin was a great shooter coming into the league, coming out of Duke. I think he was a great shooter coming out of Duke. He had a very good, productive rookie year, especially like shooting, getting downhill, finishing at the basket. He was actually surprisingly good. Defensively, not so much. But we'll ignore those flaws. I don't know what happened last year. He barely played. I don't know if it was beef with the general manager, beef with the coach. It was family issues. I don't know what it was. He didn't play. And now Atlanta have got off him. And we've got him for great value. I think whoever we would have got with the 44th pick wouldn't have been as good as AJ Griffin. So I'm very happy. I think we've won this trade 10 times out of 10. This is a great trade for us, in my opinion.
I see.
So I'm very happy.
Who do you think you need in the second round? Who do you think you guys need in the second round?
Well, we don't have a second round pick
guys
anymore.
out there.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we don't have a second. Yeah, we don't have a second round pick anymore. So
would you like one? Why don't you talk to the Knicks for our 51st pick?
No, we good. I would have liked Jamal Shed, just him playing for Houston, him being a nice point guard, scrappy, defensive. I think Jamal Shed would have been a nice player to draft. But I'm much happier with AJ Griffin than anyone we could have drafted at 44. Someone said it was family issues in the GM. Okay, hope everything is okay with his family. But Houston have benefited immensely from this. Yeah. But I hope everything is okay with his family and whatever relationships he may have had, or if it was a death in the family. I don't know what it was. I just hope everything's okay with him. But he's a great young player, and I think people have like forgot about him because he wasn't playing much last year. So I'm glad.
Yeah, he played 20 games and only 8 minutes.
Yeah, he's going to be in Houston's rotation. I'm like pretty sure. I think he's going to be in Houston's rotation.
He will.
How are you feeling about Dillingham to Minnesota?
That's a good ass pickup.
I'm loving that. Hey, Rob Dillingham, he the next Kyrie Irving. Great pickup by the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. You match him up with Anthony Edwards, and look, they got us the later in the draft. They draft my boy. What's the name? Shannon.
Shannon, yes.
Good pick. Minnesota got a good draft. Salute to the panel. The player's choice. Top of the line basketball. You know what I'm saying? Look, guys, there's a lot of good players left on the board, starting with Johnny Murphy in his second round. I'm loving Johnny Murphy, Tyler Smith, Kyle Flipominski. You know what I'm saying? Cam Christie. Cam Christie, bro. Tyler Kulik, Bobby Clinton, Jalen Wells, Melvin Anjinka, KJ Simpson. There's a lot of good guys left, bro, in the draft.
I agree.
Was that off the top?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am rocking with Kyle Flipominski for sure.
Underrated.
Nah, Flipominski. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This first, I want to ask you guys. First of all, speaking for you on behalf of your teams, I want to ask how you guys feel about what your teams did, and then broader how you guys feel about the first round. But Domo is my co-host. So I'm gonna start with Domo. Domo, how do you feel about the first round, particularly with the Lakers, but just generally speaking, how do you feel about the first round?
Sorry, had a lot of shit to get off. How do I feel about the first round? One, yeah, the Spurs are idiots. I don't know what eighth grader. I mean, I know we're talking about your team and how you like the picks. Just don't connect. I didn't think he was going to be there. We got him. Everybody know I want to. Who the fuck is munching? Damn. All right, cool. Everybody know I want to Khalil Ware. Fuck Miami. Fuck the Heat. I already didn't like the Knicks with Jimmy Butler. Now I really don't like the Heat. I wanted Khalil Ware. Didn't get Khalil Ware. Got Don't Connect. It's cool. I like him. He a shooter. Whatever. Am I the happiest? Fuck no. But it is what it is. Yeah. Outside of that, Charlotte, pit of destruction, pit of despair.
What are they doing, man?
I don't know what that was about. San Antonio, I'm not gonna lie to you. Niggas is idiots. I knew these bad franchises was bad for a reason. I didn't think they would be this bad, this like immediately and continuously this bad. Fucking awful.
You don't like Castle with them?
What happened?
I said you don't like Castle with San Antonio?
I think it's more about trading the 8th pick for 20.
Oh yeah,
it made no sense. I mean,
yes.
In my mind, I thought you could have got a forward at 4 and still
I
got you a guard.
thought C-Dub was going to them, but
You could have still got Devin Carter at 8.
You could have got Carter too. Yes, I thought either him or Carter.
If you want a defensive guard, you could have got Devin Carter at 8, and you still got you another forward or big to go with Wemby. I don't get that. I don't get. Are we going to get Castle and then just say fuck it and trade all the way out to 2030 and 31? That's another thing. If you're trading out to be in a lottery of 25, 26, 27, something immediate, cool. Trading out to be put in a draft class in the midst of Wemby,
trading for a 7
in the middle of is crazy.
We might be in World War III by that time. Like, what's going on?
Wemby will be what at that time? 25?
24, I think.
24, 25? Approaching his prime? That's insane to me. That's just insane. Trading out to go draft Chris Paul Jr. is crazy. I don't get that. Minnesota, what a steal. What wonderful steal. If that's what it takes to get you a player in the lottery, fuck yeah, I don't know why more teams don't do that. Just trade
Facts,
out
bro.
6-7 years
Yep.
and then get me a cool little guard to come and play. Pause. Outside of that, I would say I know we're talking about teams, but I wasn't here. I missed a lot, so I'm just gonna get all this off and let everybody talk.
Okay, let me
Shout
say
out Milwaukee. Shout out Milwaukee. Took AJ Johnson at 25.
Oh my god! Of course you support the pick. Of course you think that's a good pick.
Wait, what is he good at? All I see on the
What is he good at?
all I see on the timeline is slander for him.
Yeah,
It's a
Wait,
terrible
basketball.
pick. That's
Niggas
why.
don't know
It's a terrible
basketball, man.
pick.
Niggas
Is
don't
he at
know
least good at defense like they need or something?
No.
Have you guys,
He's not a defender. In the
I think
NBL, he was not a negative defender in the NBL. Now he didn't get a
Man,
lot
some of them was playing 5 minutes a game.
Exactly. He
He's
wasn't getting a lot of
6'7"
time.
too.
But when he's on the court, whenever he was on the court, he shined. He looked like one of the better players on the court whenever he was able to be on the court. Now, if you want to say, oh, that's garbage minutes, go watch the NBA and tell me it was garbage minutes. Tell me he was out in garbage time then, please.
Hey,
But
don't
in
make-
terms of
hey,
him
if
as a
I start
prospect,
analyzing this box score,
when
it's
he-
gonna look nasty.
When
for
he,
AJ
I'm
Johnson.
not worried about that because
Yeah, I saw he averaged like
a
2
lot of
points
niggas
or
box,
something.
a lot of niggas box scores in the NBLs look bad. A lot of them do. A lot of players go to the NBL and look bad. A lot of niggas go to
Look
the
at
NBL.
LaMelo.
They don't look as good as they should look.
they
Look
get
at
thrown
Sarr.
together.
LaMelo
Sarr looks
Ball
like a
did
guy.
not look this bad, but whatever. I mean,
He didn't look this bad, but he definitely didn't look
He looked-
nowhere near as good as he
Yeah.
does now. He does not look good. He did not. How he looked did not have niggas that weren't confident in him confident. Like if you believed in LaMelo when he went to the NBL, that was the only reason you believed in LaMelo because you believed in him before. No one that didn't believe in LaMelo
They thought he was gonna be a buzz.
the JBA, whatever. If they didn't believe in him when he went to the NBL, that confirmed that belief. That was all not. He's ass. I knew he was ass.
for anyone wondering, AJ Johnson played about 8 minutes a game or so. He shot 35% from the field, averaged 3 points, was 38% on layups.
Oh, they should
Wow.
have body.
But he got
shot-
talent, bro. He's
shot,
talented.
Shot 26% on jump shots, and is 6'7", 160 pounds.
Damn,
Bro,
There
that's
is
what
no
got
part of him that Milwaukee needs.
Bro,
No
he's
part.
talented.
That's not true.
He's a talented player, bro. That
Right.
dude got
Milwaukee's
skills.
in a
bro.
win
He's
now.
talented,
He won 60.
not for Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's in a win now situation though.
I've watched more AJ Johnson than 95% of people in this chat. Don't tell me I have to give you something. I'm sorry. We can watch the film when we go to playback. He wasn't good. Everything about him is he can become good. He's not good now. Milwaukee need people
That's not true.
who can be good now. He's not even gonna play.
That I can
Yeah,
agree with.
Mars.
Maybe he won't play. I don't know. They don't play young guys. They got Doc Rivers, so I agree with
They're
that,
not-
Mars.
There's no 160-pound player who's playing in the NBA.
It would have been AJ Johnson.
At 6'7".
It should have
No,
been
you
AJ
can't be
Johnson.
that light, man. You can't be that light.
He's
You
not
gotta
gonna be
get
that light.
people
He's
out.
not gonna be that light. When the season start, he's gonna be like.
He's gonna be like 172.
What's
I
up,
was-
bro?
I was looking-
He got
I
to
was
start getting the
looking-
rock cheap.
Look at that freshman league, bro. That
He's
freshman.
not
Hey,
gonna
man,
play.
hey, man,
He's
say,
not
man,
gonna
hey, man,
play.
say, man. Kevin Durant couldn't bench the bar.
Mm.
All
But
right?
Kevin Durant
if we
never
talk
lifted
about
weights,
if
though.
we
Hold
talk
on.
about size, if we're talking about size and frame and weight, man, listen, I get it. The nigga is light and frail. That's fine. He has time to grow. All right? He got time
In
to
Milwaukee?
grow.
That's
In
what.
Milwaukee?
And
That
that's
sounds
what
crazy out of
I want
context.
to clarify.
No,
I think he
hear me
can
out.
grow. Milwaukee don't need development.
Milwaukee, first of all,
development guys right
first
now.
of all, you say that, but at the same time, how much longer do you believe this shit in Milwaukee is gonna last?
Not much longer.
See, look. You're thinking, oh, well, I got Giannis, I got Dame. Win now.
Yeah, their contract is long.
If they know Doc Rivers is ass, if they know that they're about to trade Dame in the next season or two, and if they know they're not going to be able to keep Giannis happy, to keep Giannis in Milwaukee, because they're not going to be able to move things to keep Giannis happy, to get guys to make Giannis competitive, so he's going to take his Greek black ass on, you got to start thinking big brain to the future. And why not start with AJ Johnson? I'm just
Wait, how old is he? How old is he, Mars?
19.
He's young. Like
He looks like he's like 15.
Yeah, but yeah, Doc Rivers and Darby Ham as his coach, though.
I'm rooting for him just for the connection with Jalen Green. So, like, indirectly, rooting for him. I just think it's a terrible fit in Milwaukee. That's
You know
what I'm
what's a
saying.
terrible fit? You know what's a terrible fit? You know what is a terrible fit? Ron Holland in fucking Detroit. That's
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Nikola Topic
is a beast, bro.
Nikola
Ron
Topic
Holland is a
in
fucking beast.
OKC. That's a terrible fit.
That was bad.
I don't think that's a bad fit, to be honest with you.
Ron Hollins is a terrible fit. Ron Hollins is. I remember
The whole team can't shoot, bro.
I was doing a draft on playback. Once he didn't go 4 to San Antonio, I was just hoping he'd go 8 to San Antonio. That's what I was hoping. Then I heard. I heard he was going 5. Instantly, I was depressed. I'm not here for Jalen Duren, Asar Thompson, Ron Hollins, Jaden Ivey spacing. I'm not here for that. It's criminal. The whole team gonna shoot 28% from 3. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not here for that. That's bad spacing. They're just sabotaging Cade. They're sabotaging Cade.
The worst pick was Zach Edey. Memphis. Zach Edey was the worst pick in the draft, bro.
No,
come on.
The worst pick was TidjaneSalaun.
I'm not saying the worst.
Salon is the truth, bro. That dude is the truth, Salon, bro. He got skin.
The worst pick is Risa
Shooting.
That nigga is French Kevin Knox. I'm not trying
Nah,
to hear that.
He French Michael Porter. That's
Maybe
that
French
is.
Jonte Porter.
Michael
Nah,
Porter.
Michael Porter.
All right.
We just
TidjaneSalaun is not no French Michael Porter.
Yes, he gonna show your ass. He gonna show your ass.
What do you not like about
He's a
the
French LaMelo dude. One.
What I don't like about
We just drafted French
The
people.
top pick
Just
for
drafted
OKC.
I'm sorry. What don't I like about who?
The topic pick for OKC.
Oh, I just don't like the fit. I feel like you just drafted Josh Giddey again. You drafted a playmaker. You drafted a guy that's not known for his shooting. That's a playmaker on a team with fucking Shea.
And he needs the ball too.
And Shea needs the ball in his hands. J-Dub needs the ball in his hands. And if they're not shooting, Chet's shooting.
They don't need the OKC does not need more ball handlers.
I do think they need another ball handler, to be honest.
No, they don't.
I think
They don't.
I think they needed like a third.
What lost them was the shoot. What lost them against Dallas was the shooting, not the ball. They had enough ball handlers on that team.
No, but I think J-Dub really struggled with ball handling in the playoffs. So I think they needed a third ball handler. But for him, I don't think he's just Giddey because he shot like 85% from the line. He's like, I think he has clear shooting signs, don't think he's going to be the greatest shooter, but
That's
I
the
think
only shooting sign. That's one shooting sign.
that's a shooting sign, man.
It's good.
Don't say he has clear shooting signs.
Giddy
has
shot
one
80% from the free throw line.
He has one indicator, and that's that he's good from the free throw line.
Shooting sign. It's
Everything else, there's no floater game. The touch and anything outside of 5 feet is questionable.
Lack of physicality.
No mid-range game.
He's
The
injured
3-point
already.
percentage and the 3-point mechanics are all over the place. There's one sign, and it's free throw shooting. If you're willing to bet all of your money on that, I understand.
I'm
Don't
not
say he
betting
has
my money, but
signs. He does not.
This
have
is
signs.
my biggest fear
He has
about
a sign.
OKC was that
He has
they,
one
with all the resources they have, they could mess up on many of these decisions, and I don't think Topic was the right one.
I think they're winning for like free agency and like Isaiah Hartenstein.
Me too, but I feel like their picks were very questionable overall in this draft. Like OKC's was, I didn't know how I feel about this Dylan Jones pick either. Like that was just.
Hold on, he's a good rebounder.
Wait.
That's a good rebounder right there, bro.
Before niggas move on, because one thing I don't like niggas just yapping away. A clear indicator that he's going to be fine is free throw shooting. So give me a percentage that you're okay with to say, oh, that's a sign that he's going to be a good shooter. What's the number from the free throw line?
At least 80%.
85.
So guess who shot 80% on the Thunder this year?
It was a Giddy.
Josh Giddey.
Just Giddy.
Yeah, I just said so.
Exactly 80% from the free throw line, and I don't think you're going to say, oh, well, I mean,
80.6, 81.
And on the reverse, there's also 3-point shooters who are really not great from the line also. So it's like
Bruce Bowen back in the day.
Like, what are we?
Luka Doncic.
I'm not trying to hear he shoots good from the free throw line. So hey, man, that's a plus. Shout out Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey shot well from the free throw line.
Josh Giddey has shooting indicators.
I guess. Let's
ask him. Josh Giddey have shooting.
I mean, this is the only year he's shooting 80%. The others are very low.
What do you shoot as a prospect?
He shot 70 first year, 73 second year.
73 second year, then 80.
No, but that's in the league. I'm talking about overseas. He was a 70% shooter. He was a 70%.
So he improved in the time he's been here.
So he's become 80%. So does he have indicators?
Did he develop indicators?
He developed indicators.
So you believe? Okay. So do you think in Chicago he can become a shooter because he's now at 80% free throw shooter?
I think he'll become a better shooter. I don't think he's going to become like a good shooter though. I didn't say Nicolas Toppic's going to become a good shooter though. I said I think he can.
You said shooting indicators because of his free throw percentage. That's what you said.
That's an indicator. That's like one indicator.
So is that his only indicator? Is that his only indicator?
That's the only indicator.
And Josh Giddey has the same indicator.
Making an argument for them, you're agreeing with him.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But I don't think he's better than. I think he's a better prospect than him, to be honest with you.
That's fine. That's fine. But it's about fit. I don't think Josh Giddey's a bad prospect. I just don't think he fit right on this team because of how he plays and how this team operates. And I feel Topic operates in a very similar realm. He operates in a very similar fashion. He's going to operate a very similar play style, at least on the NBA court. And again, we just witnessed why Giddey would not work with this team. We were saying it for at least a year and a half now. Josh Giddey just isn't the best fit. It's not that he's bad. He's just not a good fit. I don't think Topic is a good fit. And now niggas telling me, oh, well, this is trade bait. I didn't know you were in the fucking locker room. I didn't know you were in the front office. I didn't know y'all knew that the Thunder was just drafting Topic to trade him when everyone was down on Topic, and they were talking about him falling out the lottery.
How's he as a defender, though?
He's not a good defender.
He's not a good defender.
Same thing with
I
Giddey.
do think Giddey had problems coming out the bench. Though. I don't think Topic. It's like
Topic isn't going to play this year.
Yeah, I know he's not going to play this year.
He's not going to play this year. Well,
he's out this year, and he's come back next year to be a bad fit. Wow,
it's a gamble. I mean, okay,
it's not really a gamble. It's just low risk, high reward. Like at the end of the day, who cares if that 12th pick doesn't pan out? That team's already great. But if it does pan out, oh my god, they got another player. So like, it's low risk, high reward. So, like, that's
so
what it is.
Dumb. You could have went such a different route and looked better. You could have went something that actually fits.
Again, they could have, but they just went upside. They just went upside. They think Topic probably at the highest upside left.
That's so dumb.
Which I can agree, but also you probably could have got a big to go work with Chet. That was one of my biggest gripes with OKC. I think they could have got another big, but also
they could just get a veteran center though.
They're just getting something in 3 years.
I can't wait for this veteran center to be fucking Willie Cauley-Stein, and then we go into the season. draft night.
For instance, who would have been a better
Hartenstein? Could they get Hartenstein?
Yeah, they can.
I don't think they're gonna get Hartenstein though.
They're getting Larry Markkinen.
I think the Knicks are genuinely gonna get Hartenstein back.
Don't put that in there,
We.
please. I already.
I thought you were Houston.
Doma, earlier in the show, I already explained I want him to walk so we can save under the first apron. Because if we re-sign Hartenstein, we're going to be hitting that second apron cap because it's going to be bad for us. Yeah, we can match his offer, but I'd rather go out and get a Gogo Bataza from Memphis and have him be the rim protector. I'm sorry. I don't want Hartenstein to stay because I feel the Knicks will pay him well, but he's worth more money than we can afford.
Question,
Yeah,
like
the
for
highest you can pay him is 72 mil over 5 years. I think he can work more than that. So, like, I think he can get more money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think
18
honestly,
years.
he played well the last 2 years with the Knicks, and I think that he deserves a contract the way he's making at least 19 and a half, not 17 and a half. Come on.
He can get more money than
that.
that for sure in the open market.
If you're OKC, wouldn't you have rather drafted a shooter? Like for instance, I feel like Necht would have been a better fit for OKC than Talmadge.
This man watched one Dalton Connect highlight film and one segment.
Bro, that's all I need. That's all I need.
This man watched one Dalton highlight film. He's like, Dalton could have gone here. He could have gone here.
He could have. I mean, dude, he could have been great. I think I need a better.
They don't need another Dalton Connect. They have Isaiah Joe. Like,
What do you guys think about a Kai Jones gamble? Fuck it. Let's throw him out.
For OKC?
Kai Jones gamble?
Do you guys watch Kai Jones? Like,
no, I know. I know he's wild.
Have we watched the Kai Jones highlight? Do I need to play the Kai Jones highlight?
Please, on playback. Please.
Very
do it on playback.
Very sporadic.
The Kai Jones highlight tape. I mean, you
But
might
has a
have
lot
to
of
go.
athleticism. He's
Bro, maybe he grew
he is
up.
a gamble. He's a big gamble.
Nick is
I'm just
well
gonna-
Charlotte.
The highlights suggest that you should probably make that gamble.
I'm just going to say, I think the
Regular
Knicks.
season games, why not?
I was just going to say,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Now, I was just going to say the Knicks, because we were talking about our teams, they gave me a lot of heart attacks, trading down to go from 24 to 25, and then getting a guy like Pacom. I like him. He's a very good guy. My Uncle Freezy told me he's like a Sean Elliott before he got hurt. So I'm okay with that. But for me, we dropped down to get a pick at 25, and then we lost our first round pick to gain basically a bunch of second round picks that we basically gave up for Bridges instead of it being first round to second round. So for me, if we do well the second round, we're good. But right now, I'm like, the Knicks were just playing around, man. Don't get me wrong. I like Pacom. He's a good guy. He has a lot of talent. And I think in a year or two, we're going to be happy we drafted him. But this back and forth with trading down and trading away the 26th pick, it was just too much for me. But I give it about a B at the draft for the Knicks.
How far did y'all trade down? Because
We traded down one spot.
One
from 24 to 20. We traded from 24 to 26, drafted at 25, Pacom, and then with our 26th pick, we traded it away for 5 second round picks.
Who did y'all pick? Who was picked at 24?
Let me see. I got it on my phone.
24.
Keyshawn George.
24 was
Keyshawn George.
Keyshawn George. He's on the Wizards.
Keyshawn George. And then the 26th pick went to Washington because we traded it to Oklahoma City. I mean, to Washington, and Washington traded it to OKC. They got Dylan Jones. And then we missed out on Ryan Dunn because Ryan Dunn went later to Denver. So for me, I'm like, we could have had Pacom and Dunn, but then when you look at the cap space, like y'all said, I think they are going to re-sign iHeart because they made the adjustment for that.
I'll say this: Utah definitely underrated draft. Walking out,
Utah cooked,
and they walked out with Spencer James. I'm sorry, Isaiah
Utah cooked.
Isaiah Collier.
Isaiah too. They got him at 29.
Isaiah pulled up to the draft.
What?
Isaiah pulled to the draft, looked like Spencer James. I knew he was going last in the first round. I was like, yeah, he's in for a suspenseful night.
Because of his outfit?
Are you talking about All-American?
Them little ass braids on that strong ass cranium, nigga. I was like, this nigga look like Spencer James. Nigga, there's no way.
Bro.
This bitch for a minute, ain't he? Oh man. But yeah, shout out to them. They walked away with, in my opinion, 2 top 10, top 15 talents. So I give it to the Jazz. The Jazz drafted well.
Bro,
I thought I could say the same thing about the Spurs. Them niggas are fucking idiots. I still don't. Man, like that 2030, whichever one's unprotected. I think that was 2030 that's unprotected, and 2031 is a swap.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, there better be all-time great in 2030.
Have you seen that 12-year-old, the 6'10", 12-year-old?
Which one? The French one?
I think he French. Mohamed Dabone, I think his name is.
Is that the 2030 draft?
Probably.
I think so.
Because if it's 2029 or 2032, the niggas gonna be idiots.
No, I think it's
no, that's
it's 2030. It's 2030 or 2031.
I say if he's 12,
if he's
right
12, he's eligible in
years.
what?
6 years.
Yeah,
that's 2030.
Okay, so there it is.
High IQ. High IQ.
Now, I need
nigga
to see. We got to revisit this little nigga when he's 15 to see if he's actually on par with his fucking potential. Because if he just stays at 6, if he's at 15, 6'11", and he still can't put together a solid hezzy tween, we have a problem.
No, if he gains muscle mass, what if he gets bigger? What if he comes in at 15?
I'm sorry,
more size?
Nigga, unless he ends up being, I don't know, Hakeem Olajuwon, like
that's footwork.
Him to be a one-dimension, I'm not gonna say one-dimension. Dwight Howard, he needs to be super athletic and dominant defensively if he's just gonna be a big, brolic, big man. But from the looks of it, he's gonna be another finesse, perimeter-oriented,
like a Sabonis.
No, like a
Sabonis is physical.
Wemby.
We analyzing 12-year-olds, by the way.
We have to because that's
this
what they
Josh
traded
Giddey
out
episode.
to.
Yeah, this is a Josh Giddey episode. I don't know.
All right, now I don't know about that one.
You made it crazy, man.
I say you made
That's
it.
what you're doing. Let's
You
talk
brought
about
up
the
the
2024 draft. Let's
Think
talk about the
about it.
2024 draft. Right?
Let's talk about the 2024 draft.
Okay. DSG Piccolo with a super chat. He said Portland getting Bobby Clinton or Tyler Smith at 34 really gonna move me. We got a solid future. If you get Tyler Smith,
you might say Tyler Smith is sticking around for anybody. It's gonna be crazy.
How did you guys feel about the Denny trade? The Denny FDA trade?
Great trade. I think it's a great trade.
Great trade for Washington. Washington got a steal.
Washington cooked. Portland
Both teams could.
Washington did.
Bro, I thought my Miles were getting Denny, bro.
Nah, you're not getting Denny.
I give Washington credit for what they did. They rebuilt well around what they were doing. They got another.
You think Malcolm Brogdon's gonna play for the
I'm
Wizards?
surprised they took Bob Carrington and not Isaiah Collier. But other than that,
yeah,
very good draft for them.
I agree. They moved up.
Oh, yeah,
They
I
got the trades they needed. I like what Washington's doing. They're gonna be competing this year.
I
Not
like
saying they're gonna be a play-in
Competing
team.
for
They're not gonna be a
what?
play-in team.
Hold on
They're
now.
gonna be a
Hold
play-in
on.
They still got Poole and Kuzma over there, man.
Yeah, that's
Hold
what
on.
I'm saying.
I don't know
They
how
can
much
be
longer
compete-
Kuzma
they're
goes.
gonna compete for the IST.
Yeah, that Kuzma trade's gonna go crazy.
I didn't like the Kaishan George pick, but other than that, I liked Alex Saul was a no-brainer. And Bob Carrington, I like Bob Carrington long term. Once again, I don't think he's NBA ready either. But long term, he could.
It's crazy. We barely talk about the number one pick.
Because he shouldn't have been the number one.
He should have
I'm
been
Never been the one.
I'm
Number
gonna
one
be
pick.
honest.
Nigga, Trey Young
They
on the
gotta-
trade block, man. I'm here.
They gotta move on from either
They're not
him
even
or,
the same
him or
position.
what's his name?
One
DeJounte.
mic.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to keep like. To me, DeJounte doesn't make sense to keep with Jackery there now.
Keep DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah,
it
DeAndre Hunter getting packed up.
it don't make sense. It don't
He's
make sense
making
to keep
20.
They
Trouble
just drafted
out
the
for-
number 2. It's crazy.
It don't make sense to keep Trouble out.
And another thing, didn't know this before the draft. Now that I know this nigga definitely ain't about to pan out to me. That nigga don't know English for real, and I didn't know that.
His first game is worse than called.
Have y'all heard Ricochet speak yet?
Yeah, we heard the interview. I mean, he French and he ain't been to America.
Nigga, so well, I didn't.
No, when someone said
English word is going to be twin.
they said he wasn't gonna be able to speak clear English until 2035 if he gonna be in Atlanta, bro. It's gonna be bad, bro.
How
All
was
you gonna know is I talked
To be fair, they don't speak English in Atlanta either. So
exactly. So 2035, what's he got there?
I do want to say something though about the 11th pick for Chicago. I like it because that kid's from Chicago and he wants to play there. Yes, he wants to play there. He's
That's a sneaky.
Chicago Cooks.
Yeah, that was a good steal.
Is that why them niggas was crying for 30 minutes? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's from Chicago. He's from Chicago.
That's that Derrick Rose moment.
Yeah, that's the new Derrick Rose. It could have been. It would have been Isaiah Thomas. Remember, like how Isaiah Thomas is from Chicago and he was hoping to go to the Bulls, but then they went somewhere else. Like that, it's like that for me. That's what I looked at, and I like to see what he's gonna bring because he got drafted by his hometown and he wants to play. Man, I want to see what he's gonna do. I think
he's gonna be the rookie of the year. So it's gonna be.
His ball handle is suspect though. I ain't gonna lie. His ball handling.
It doesn't matter. He's on Chicago.
We don't need
He
it
got
to
Josh
handle, man.
Giddey.
We don't need it to handle.
Very
He got
true.
Josh Giddey. What ball handling does he need?
We got Kobe White.
And White. Chicago did well because all he got to do is just come in offensively and just contribute.
By the way,
buying out Lonzo too, so hopefully, Man,
By the way,
Come on
Golden
home.
State just traded their 52nd pick to OKC.
Come to LA.
Come on home.
For Lindy Waters,
Come
right?
to LA.
Come on, man.
Yep.
Yeah, Lindy Waters, man. Steph, help is on the way, man.
Yeah,
Chicago got a
on the way,
nice
man.
deal with that one pick.
I love my organization, man.
Hey, Lindsey Waters a contributor, man.
40% shooter. I'm pretty sure.
They said
The G
Corey
League.
Joseph was too, but here we are.
NBA champion, right?
I think so. Maybe.
I hope. Let me check.
Yeah.
G League champions?
Was he not on one of those Spurs teams? And if not a Spurs team, was he at least on a backup for the Raptors in 19?
We talk about Lindy
I hope
Waters, right?
so.
Are we talking about the same Lindy Waters?
2014 NBA champion Corey Joseph.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I was right.
Corey Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Playing 5 minutes a game.
He really got played over. What's his name? Who am I thinking of? Sorry.
Patty Mills?
No.
Henry
Moody. He got played over Moody, like for most of the season.
Oh, I was thinking Corey Joseph still.
Yeah, Corey Joseph. Yeah, he got
Corey
played over
Joseph this year on the Warriors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this year he got played over Moody.
Come on, Pacers later.
Yeah, he looked at Moody, said, "Nah, give me Corey and go get him the court."
I just said the same
That's
thing.
an NBA champion. Yeah, that's an
And
NBA.
shoot air balls. Oh, okay.
NBA
What do you
champion.
want Moses Moody to go out there and shoot air balls?
Moody was a better shooter when he only played in matchups when like they were against good teams. He played against better teams. Moody would play against the bad teams.
You talking about the regular season?
Regular season, yes. And then in the
regular
playoff,
season, they ended up with them not being a play-in. Who cares?
Facts.
Why not? But why not have him continue to develop like the other younger players that you had?
Because development in the NBA.
That's why.
Because he played good in the Lakers series last year.
Easy. Because development doesn't only mean playing in a game on court.
Yes.
Development can be everything you're doing in practice, everything you're doing day to day.
And actually going to the games. Wait, hold on.
Going
Going to the games and seeing the games and everything like that, that also adds to your IQ. You may not be in it, but you see the plays. You see what the coach is calling. So you could see the adjustments.
If you're paying attention.
Which I am. So look,
but
I'm talking about him. I'm not talking about you.
Yeah. But you can do a lot more in development than just playing. Development could be how you run schemes, and they could just be preparing.
When you watch how Moody plays, one, his game is more mature than any of the young guys that came from that pick of the litter, as well as he was a good tough shot maker. He did everything that you wanted him to do: play defense, pass the ball, everything that you wanted him to do. And then for you to, he even had, and once again, he had a good season. He even played better than Klay Thompson in that Lakers series. And then you go into the regular season next year and say, "Nah, we're just not gonna look to like play you at all."
Can I, real quick, riveting soliloquy you just went on. What does Moses Moody have to do with the fact that the Miami Heat took Khalil Ware, even though they're trying to
I wanted to ask you about that mainly, but I think it's because they
moved Bam to the 4. That's what they said.
Yeah, they want to move Bam to the 4.
No, that's stupid. That is so dumb.
Who do they think they are?
You run him at the 5, and then you do if you're gonna do that, you run big. Like you have it, like y'all run small ball, you have big ball. You put him at the 4 at like 2-3 minute spurts. But you don't mess with Bam's development. Bam is nasty at what he is. He's the second best big in the East to me. So
I think it was like Khalil Ware.
Bam has been a power forward. Honestly, his whole career they've been forcing him to play center.
Yeah, they've been forcing him. He's just a good center. Like that's
a decade now though. Too late.
A decade.
That's the same thing with, you can say the same thing about AD. He's been playing power forward.
You said almost a decade. When did he get drafted?
Wait, I don't know. When did he get drafted?
Like 2016, 2018.
28. You talking about a decade? It's been like 6 years, dude.
Niggas rounded up.
I said almost, but
nigga 26, bro.
You don't have I just seen. I don't even know who sent this. Let me see who sent it first before. Oh, never mind. I forgot. It's a clown that sent it. So let me not even address it.
All I'm saying is Bam is playing well at the 5 right now. Keep it going because the thing is you have a guy come off the bench that can contribute and let Bam rest a little bit longer. But Bam does a lot at the 5 that most people can't do. Even though he's a power forward traditionally, his advancement and his high IQ at 5 is an advantage.
Tired.
The guy, what? You saying I'm wrong?
No,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying
he
probably just the nigga probably just don't want to play a 5 because he's not a 5 size. Like
he's 6'8".
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's tired.
He's the same size as LeBron.
He is a 6'9" center. I'm sorry. I get it. He's been developed as a center. He's been put in center situations this entire 6 years. Cool. No one is saying he can't guard centers if he's absolutely needed to because he's the best defender on the floor at any given moment. That's fine. But the same way I'm saying, hey, I want Khalil so fucking AD can go back to playing power forward because that's his natural position.
Okay.
Bam's natural position should be power forward, but it's not. The same way when Russ came into the NBA, his natural position was shooting guard, but they put that nigga at point and forced him to be a point guard, and he developed into a point guard, just stayed there. But had he came into the league the way that he was in college or his natural position, would have been a 2 or off guard.
I'm not gonna lie though. Whenever I watch Bam, I'm just like I'd be so mad if I was him because no one got him any help as a big, and then you got to continue to just go see Brook Lopez and Giannis every year like that.
He cooking them niggas, man.
And he's
locking them niggas up.
He locking it, but I'm just
and niggas. Please stop telling me that. Please stop telling me Bam can't shoot. How you gonna play the 4? Can Giannis shoot?
Bam has a good mid-range game.
Giannis has indicators.
What indicators?
He had the indicators. He was a shooter, low-key.
When Jason Kidd was the coach,
he lost it. He lost
Who would you say has a better
to do that? Their coach.
Who would you say has a better mid-range game right now, Bam or AD?
Bam.
I thought you were about to say Bam or fucking Giannis.
I swear to God.
Damn.
It's AD still.
No, what the fuck?
Still AD.
Is it
Still
not?
AD. It is.
Is it
Close.
AD?
It's
I think
close.
it's Bam.
It's close. It's close. It's
I think
close.
Bam's volume is like way higher than
I'm talking about this year. I'm talking about this past year, just recently.
It was Bam.
Oh,
It was
yes,
Bam.
Bam was like 40%, like 38% in the mid-range, I think, or like 40%.
yeah, I agree, but I think Bam is someone who
Bam like lives in that like that.
My
Like,
thing was is that they stop like going to AD as much like towards a certain part of the season. So it
Don't ask me why we started doing dumb Ham shit, please.
I'm asking because
Anyway, yeah, I'm off.
And also, anybody that was on my case about, oh my God, Darvin Ham couldn't be that bad. Last night was an indication that obviously Darvin Ham was the problem.
They ain't plays immediately, bro.
Same pick as last year makes way more sense. No one can tell me why Mason get fucking Jalen Hood-Shapiro last year.
I can't wait. I can't wait
No
for
one
Jay
can
Hood
tell
to
me.
play more than Dalton this year. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind if Dalton cannot.
Nah,
Niggas
you
really
saw.
trying to tell me Dalton's not getting minutes. I'm like, there's no way Dalton's not getting no
You
minutes.
saw
Yo,
that like that shit that JJ said. He started like writing up plays for him immediately on the whiteboard.
Man,
That's what real coaches do.
Jay Hood has indicators, man. You guys just
What
I'm not
indicator?
gonna lie, Damo.
he's a young point guard. He's
Damo.
a young point guard. It just takes a little while.
Damo, I'm just gonna say this real quick. What JJ said in his interview, I was really surprised. He's like he's gonna come off like a Bill Belichick, but he's just gonna be curious. And when he was like, they asked him a question, he's like, "It's not that I don't want to answer. I just don't give a f about it." I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Whoa."
Listen, I told niggas. I like JJ.
Y'all need that.
I know. I like JJ, and if we're gonna get
Yeah.
a coach, at least get a coach that we know LeBron likes, so we can avoid this. How does LeBron feel about? We can avoid all that bullshit. We can avoid they were in a huddle and LeBron he kind of looked away from the clipboard before they were done. Is there a disdain? We can get away from all that shit. And he likes them. The niggas had a podcast together. He's openly said he liked them. Cool. I fuck with JJ. He's a good basketball mind, and I'm all for basketball minds. Now trying to sit there and call the nigga the next, he can be their next Pat Riley. All right, relax.
No, I'm saying
He's the next Eric Spoelstra. They could be their Eric Spoelstra. Relax, buddy. Can he? Just
he got that nice. I like it. He's that coach that's like, I'm coming in to prove a point, and I don't care. I could give him respect. I give him 2 years.
Am I hearing praise for this man's aura?
No, it's not.
That's not even an aura.
No, it's not about aura. It's like when you have a coach. When you have a coach that comes in the first time, first things first, they're always going to be a good guy. He just came in and said, "Look, I don't care what anybody said. We got a plan. We're going to stick to it." That's what I like. But even though he did it the way he did it, he said it, and I respect that as a coach. So for me, I want to see what he's cooking with.
Sounds like you're praising his aura.
I'm not praising his aura. If a guy comes to you and says, "I want to do this job," am I not supposed to be like, "Okay"? But if he comes to me and says, "Oh, we could do this, what do you think?" I'm like, "You the coach. Aren't you supposed to be giving me what we can make the Lakers?"
If he can make the Lakers beat the Nuggets, I think everyone will be fine with JJ.
It doesn't matter if they don't get a big to help AD out. Honestly, like that's what they need.
That's a fact. That's why I want to call it a word. But real quick, Mars, I just wanted to ask you a question. In light of the draft and certain teams drafting horribly, is it cool if I invite you down to the Beehive to help me blow that bitch up? Because obviously the Hornets aren't a real team.
They're not. They're a social media team.
That I'm standing on it. That's the worst pick of the draft. Like by a significant margin.
Don't hate against Seattle team, man.
That's the sixth pick being used on someone who not only is a project, but best case scenario, the project is someone who's a viable 3-point shooter at the 4. Like he's not. The project isn't even. Oh, he's an all-star. It's he moves well and he can shoot. That's it.
Good enough.
That's it. He has a good motor. Maybe he can shoot well one day, and he's fluid for a 6'10" guy. Mm-hmm. He's not a great athlete, not particularly explosive. Can't finish at the rim.
Defensively,
can't create his own shot.
What does he do?
Terrible feel for the game. Can't pass. Unaware on defense. Terrible defensive fundamentals. Can't protect the rim. Not a very good rebounder, particularly defensively. He can't do anything right now.
Oh my God. And let me just say, I've seen this take too. That's the thing that they said about Brandon Miller last year. One, that is not what they said about Brandon Miller. Was not looked at as a project last year. You did not draft Brandon Miller and think, all right, you're drafting this guy because he's up. He was not seen as a project player. That's already the glaring difference. Two, there were at least to me, again, I don't go off what other niggas are saying. I have been telling y'all for the longest. Evaluate prospects by yourself. Come to your own conclusion. I was telling you niggas last year Brandon Miller was cool. I was telling you niggas last year Brandon Miller was actually a good pick. He would actually be straight. That ended up happening. I'm telling you now, as a nigga who hardly knows who this nigga is, when I found out who this nigga was, I was not impressed. This is not like Brandon Miller. This is not me taking I looked up a mock draft and I seen what Clutch Sports or Bleacher Report Sports had to say about him, so I'm echoing that. No, I don't know who this nigga is. I don't know what this nigga does. All I know is this nigga is 2 years away from being 2 years away. He is French Bruno Caboclo, and they drafted him at 6. I don't get it.
Yeah, this is worse than a Lucas Nogueira, Bruno Caboclo. Any 2 years away from 2 years away.
I hope Bruno. I hope.
Not only because it was the 6th pick, not only because Charlotte aren't exactly the best team for development, but also he probably has the worst upside of all three of them. I'm telling you, the upside is 3 and partial defense. That's it. The upside is he can shoot and he might be a solid defender.
That's a 3.
That's
crazy.
Where's Duncan Robinson? PJ Washington replacement.
I don't know who the Hornets should have got. Matas Buzelis would have made sense. Cody Williams would have made more sense. Isaiah Collier would have made more sense.
Exactly.
Anybody that fit that build or frame would have made more fucking sense.
Or trade down.
Thank you. You could have traded down if it was going to take a project player. You could have traded down. They could have. Cody Williams would have been great. They could have said Buzelis. That would have been great. Someone said,
we gotta go to playback, man. We gotta go.
We do. Go New York, go New York, go.
Thank you guys for watching. I got 2 super chats. I will read them on playback, but you can also send power chats on playback. So
facts.
Do that, please. I would love some money. Do that, please. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. Go to playback now. Yeah, goodbye.